So this game is word association. This is the latest block in the hodgepodge of crap that is the subtitle for today's show. Word association, Kirk Cousins. I got plenty of words I could say, but will get me in trouble. What words come to mind for you?
Average, above average, but good, but not great. That's too many words. I don't think I would do very well in therapy. But yeah, because that's who he is, right? I mean, we know that Kirk Cousins can play, when he's at his best, he's really, really good, but it's just that the low moments are too frequent for you to say that he's actually a great player. So yeah, that to me is above average. He's good, but he's not great. What do you say?
Well, I say, and since you are so averse to anything and everything that happened culturally in the 1980s, I will say max headroom for Kirk Cousins. Not that he looks like Max Headroom, and I'm sure you don't even know what max headroom is. You can Google it after the show. Chris Sims looks like Max Headroom, and it really doesn't apply, but it's kind of like I'm thinking ceiling, like we know exactly what he is. He has reached the maximum headroom. There is no further growth for Kirk Cousins. He is exactly who he is. Now, does that mean he'll never win a Super Bowl? If he lands on a team like the 49ers, which still remains possible, I still think there's a chance the 49ers and the Rams get into a tug of war for Kirk Cousins next year when he will be a free agent unless the Vikings sign him to a new contract. You get on a really great team, maybe he can do just enough to get you over the top. He's never going to take you over the top on his own. He's 35 tomorrow. We know who he is. Great quarterback at 1 o'clock Eastern on Sundays. Great at getting paid a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
He'll win you games in the regular season. He stays healthy. But under the biggest moments, the brightest lights, something goes kaflooey. We were talking earlier about kickers. I can make every kick in practice, but here I am. It's a big spot. Am I going to make the kick? And Kirk Cousins is hyper aware of the biggest moments. And I know people said to me, well, he made that big throw to Justin Jefferson against the Bills. That was a regular season game that they weren't supposed to win at 1 o'clock Eastern time on a Sunday. If that's the Super Bowl, he ain't making that throw. No, I'm not talking about but I'm talking about pulling the trigger on making the throw. Because the ultimate moment for the season last year for the Vikings, 13-4, and it's great. We got T-shirts and hats. We won the division. It's 4th and 8, and he throws 5 yards short of the sticks. When Justin Jefferson, he's double covered, can't throw it to him. It's Justin Jefferson. And the safety was caught flat-footed. Throw the freaking ball to Justin Jefferson with the season on the line. So Kirk Cousins is who he is. He's never going to be anything more than that. He can save all the room he wants in his closet in Michigan for the Super Bowl trophy. Unless he goes to a different team that's going to carry him over the top, there isn't going to be a Super Bowl trophy in that closet.
Damn. Yeah. Well, I mean, there could be 8 players on Justin Jefferson, and if it's 4th and 8 and my season's on the line, I don't care. I'm throwing the ball to Justin Jefferson.
That's my point. You throw it to him. You throw it to him. Yes, especially after you saw what happened in November. This guy's going to go get it. The season's on the line. I'm throwing him the ball. And he admitted in the quarterback series there really wasn't a good option. It was either throw it to T.J. Hawkinson, who was 5 yards short of the sticks, or take a sack. I really didn't have a good option. You did. Throw it to Justin Jefferson. All right. Next up.
You're riled up all over again.
Let's hear a little from Mike McDaniel on whether or not his quarterback Tua Tagovailoa will play in the preseason.
I would expect to see him in the preseason. However, you know me. I'm a wild card.
That's the shortest answer he's ever given to anything. I have a feeling he went on for another 5 or 6 minutes.
I think we
Give me your word association for Mike McDaniel. What's your word association for him?
Offensive guru who needs to step it up a little bit this year. That's not a word. I'm not very good at this game, am I? I think he's somebody that we know can do well, right? He can scheme it up. He did well with Tua Tagovailoa last year. He has Tyreek Hill. He's got Jalen Waddle. But I think on the whole, he's got to do a better job of making sure that on a play-to-play basis, things get in quicker, right? They get in and out of the huddle faster, and he runs the ball a little bit more because he's a run game coordinator, for goodness sakes. But I mean, what I should have said probably is Miami Vice, right? He wears the sunglasses. He looks cool. You see him out sometimes. He's got on like one of those sleek suits, in light pastel colors or whatever. And he seems like a good dude. But at the same time, there are improvements that he needs to be able to make. So those are the things that come to mind with Mike McDaniel.
I've considered making this comment from time to time in the past, and it hadn't really crystallized like it did under the bright light of the word association game. And for me, for Mike McDaniel, 2 words sum up my view of him. Stoner savant. That's Mike McDaniel. And I'm not saying that he uses marijuana. I don't know what he does to create that vibe that he's very chill, he's very mellow, and maybe he was, maybe he wasn't hitting the vape pen during the playoff game against the Buffalo Bills. The video is inconclusive. But he's also a genius, and he's just so unique. He's one of a kind. We've never seen a guy like him coaching in the NFL. We probably never will see it again. He's very authentic. He's true to himself. Maybe there would be some other coach who would act that way if he would just be who he is. But I love the guy. I think he's great for the game. He's great for the Dolphins. He's got them on the cusp of doing something really special this year if they can keep Tua Tagovailoa healthy. And maybe that's where he's the wild card, because he doesn't want to get a little too crazy with putting Tua Tagovailoa in harm's way. That's the big question. Can he stay healthy once he's thrown out there in the games that count? But, Mike McDaniel, the Dolphins have the right guy. They just need to keep the right guys on the field.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel is cool. That's what I should have said in the first place. But he is. He's cool, right? I mean, you see him. He understands football. He understands how to deal with the media. He's just cool. That's the thing that I think really encapsulates him.
How about this one? Pete Carroll, who turned 72 on September 15, out there at practice. My nephew, who's a huge Seahawks fan, texted this to me last night at 12:45 a.m. and woke me up. That's how excited he was when he saw it. Pete Carroll on the run. Look at that. Getting it done. 71. Look at that throw. Cross body. Patrick Mahomes, take that. And there he is running sprints. Give me your word association. Look at that one. It gets better and better. Holy shit. I'm sorry. I got a little carried away. Give me your word association on Pete Carroll.
There are some edits there at the end there. That's a part of the joke. He's doing that in walkthrough. And then, the real quarterbacks are the ones that are throwing to the wide receivers. But, you can get a little excited there about it. Pete Carroll.
Oh, they did. Wait. No, they're not. They didn't splice those. That's him throwing it.
Mike, they're obvious
there's that
edits.
one. I see it now.
Have you ever? Have you watched a video in your life? Come on now.
Yeah. Damn it. But I don't care about the back end. I don't care about the back end. I care about the front end. The guy's 71 going on 72, not to be confused with 71 going on 75, and he's making those throws. Yeah, they edited a couple of them, but it's still amazing. What's going on there is still amazing.
Yes, no, the first few are absolutely legit. And then, he starts running and then they make more of a joke out of it. It's funny. It's great. He is spry. You hear about Pete Carroll, you hear about the energy that he brings.
Grandma,
and you can see it.
Are you spry?
What reference is this? What is that? You totally derailed what I was saying there. I don't know.
Sorry,
I mean, I have to step up my game in other ways, but I don't even know what that is.
Anytime I hear the word spry, I involuntarily blurt out the phrase, Grandma, are you spry? And the fact that you don't know what that is doesn't surprise me, although the movie I'm referring to was not made in the 80s. It was made, 2002, 2003 timeframe. So you should know what it is. You should know what that's from. I'm disappointed. We need to introduce you to higher culture. All right, you can go ahead and finish your point now on Pete Carroll. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm being told that it is Bad Santa, which is one of those movies that you keep telling me I have to watch, but I haven't watched. Maybe I'll watch it this Christmas time. We don't know. But yeah, Pete Carroll is one of those coaches where you don't realize how old he is because of the energy that he brings, right? And it's something that the Seahawks have talked about for years and years and years. And so it's why we talk about the 49ers, rightfully so, as the kind of kings of that division heading into this year. But it's not going to shock me if the Seahawks are right there with them because of the energy that Pete Carroll brings And the fact that, look, they've got talented guys all over the place. And they were good last year, too, and they made it to the postseason. So Pete Carroll, he's a spry guy, and he's in the right spot.
My word association for Pete Carroll when I see him doing those things is always this: Vincent Chin Gigante. For those of you who aren't up on Mafia history, he's the Don who acted like he was confused. He wore a robe and slippers to court. He acted like he didn't know what was going on. And then the moment court was over, he threw it all off and he's gangster again. It's the flip side for Pete Carroll. When you see him away from football, he isn't moving like that. He's moving like a guy who's 71. And then all of a sudden, he throws off the robe and the slippers come off and he's out there running around. I've seen it for the past 10 years. It's amazing. He undergoes a transformation anytime he is in the vicinity of a football field. You get him away from that, and the guy can barely walk. It is and maybe he's just setting us all up, but it's incredible. It's incredible to see. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's incredible to see that kind of effervescence from a man of that age. It's inspirational to those of us who, if we're lucky, will eventually be that age. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.